Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do the headliner on the Calypso Coupe. I know a lot of you guys probably riding around with either a bare headliner board or sagging headliner and don't have $300 to spend on a headliner board with material on it. I buy my headliner material from either eBay, which this one I got off eBay for 49 bucks. I also get it from Joann's. I don't know if you got a Joann's. They sell tan, black, and gray. It's like $10 a yard. This material I got off eBay was 49 bucks. The opal gray is kind of harder to find. LMR used to sell it, but they don't sell individual, just the material anymore. They just sell the board with the material already on it. So I've already got this started. I'm about a minute in as far as doing the foam. I use a wire wheel on a drill, so I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. And I'm not going to run you through the tedious details and make you watch 10 minutes of me taking foam off a headliner board, but I'll just show you how I do it. And this spot I've done took me about a minute, and once the board is completely stripped and clean, I'll get back with you guys and show you how I apply the headliner material, the glue. I've been doing these, I think I did my first one when I was 16 years old. It's still in my pace car. It's never sagged and it still looks like new. I think there is somebody hit it with something in one spot, but as far as sagging, no sags, and it still looks like it did the day I put it in. So without further ado, I'll show you this spot and show you what it looks like and what I use and the materials it takes to get it done. So here's this one spot. I use my old trusty drill with a wire wheel, and that spot took me about a minute. So you want to get all this old foam material off the board, and that's the easiest way to get it off. Works easy for me. You'll have a little residue left on the board, if you can see that. I normally use lacquer thinner on a rag to wipe the glue off once I get all the foam off of it. And this is the headliner material I got off eBay. This is a sun visor. It's about as close as you're gonna get. It was like 49 bucks. So just stick with me. I'll show you real quick how I use the drill. Anybody knows how to use a drill. You gotta hold the board. Sometimes a wire wheel will catch the board and want to pull it, so just be careful of that. And let me set this up real quick. I'll show you just real quick how I normally do it. Like I said, with the old trusty drill, you don't want to work it on super high. Just start low setting. And as you can see, the old foam just flies right off. There you have it. That's kind of how easy it is. It might take me 10 minutes to get all this foam off and clean it up. So all you guys that are intimidated over doing a headliner, it's one of the easiest things you can do in a Fox body. Getting it out of the car is kind of tedious. If you've got somebody that can help you out, I recommend maybe get some help on your first one if you haven't done one before. Me, I've probably done 100 headliners in a Fox. If your headliner board is good, you can reuse it. If it's not, maybe try to source another one if you don't have $300 to spend on a new TMI headliner. They're super expensive. I've also taken big pieces of cardboard and made my own headliner board before. Before the reproductions came out, that was really your only option, was kind of find a good one or make one. And I've done it either way, and it works fairly well. So I'm not going to make you guys watch this whole video of me taking the foam off. I'll get back with you guys as soon as I get all the foam off, get the board clean, and set up the headliner material with the glue and get all that ready. So thanks for watching the video so far. Stick with me, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, guys, welcome back. So I got the board cleaned off. Headliner materials laid up there. I had this headliner board is out of an '89 Coupe. The one that was in the 93 had a spotlight hole drilled and all kinds of other stuff, and it was kind of way beyond repair. So this one's out of an '89 Coupe. The '89s had a map light. I'm sure most of you guys know that. So I did like a 5-minute fix on that. I'll show you what I'm talking about on the board itself, but I'll show you what I got laid out and how I do it and what I use. So this is the hole I was talking about for the map light. So I found a piece of cardboard about the same thickness as your headliner board, and you can do this for pretty much any little repair in your headliner that you have that needs fixed, if the board's got a hole in it or something like that. But the one on my coupe was just destroyed. So just lay it underneath the cardboard, map out your hole, cut it with a razor blade, pop it in there. Now on the back side of the board, I use old trusty Gorilla tape, and then on the front, just a nice smooth finish with some good old Easy Start box tape for that right there. So as you can see, that's the headliner material. I lay it on the board, I'll fold it back, I'll spray glue on the board itself and also on that headliner material, then pull it back over. I'll show you guys how I do that. If you just want to stick with me and watch the video, I'll show you how I do it. Let's get all this out of the way. So the stuff I'm using today is just some automotive orange Permatex. Got it from Napa this morning. Shake it up really well. Like I said, if you haven't done any of these headliners and they're, they're intimidating, I'll be honest, there's really nothing to it. Make sure you get the edges really good on the board. You don't want them peeling up. Now when you spray the glue on the headliner material itself, don't try to really saturate it, because if you get that foam wet, it will seep through and it'll leave kind of high and low spots in the foam. But you kind of get I normally put quite a bit on the board itself, let it tack up really well. Just a good even coat on the headliner material. Like I said, you don't want to saturate it.
Broadcasting from 20-hour services studio, 103.5 EL, it's KRST FM HD1, Salt Lake City, Utah, Classic Rock, 103.5 EL.
So I'll let it sit, this glue for, I don't know, a couple minutes. But if you're doing a light color headliner, just be careful when you put it on. You don't want to get it stained. Like my hand's kind of dirty. There's nothing worse than putting all this work into a headliner and you get a grease stain or something from your hands on that nice clean new material. So I'm just gonna roll this over. Be careful not to kick your can down the street when you're doing it. So once that side's down, flip this side over. I say get the edges good and heavy. It's got something to stick to when you trim it. Like I said, you don't really have to go overkill with the glue. Just get good coverage on the headliner material and the board. Like I said, I don't know, maybe I don't let it sit too long. I feel that if it's a little wet and it cures together, it has a stronger bond, and it seems to be working for me. You know, I've done a bunch of these. Just be careful. Like I said, you see me pull some trash out of there. Make sure there's nothing underneath there. When you go to flip it back over, you'll have, if there is, you'll have, you know, bumps in your material. Like I said, it is a lot easier with two people, but I've done so many of these that it's just kind of second nature. Now the headliners, like I said, it's got some lines right here if you want to work it with your finger. And if it gets stuck in a spot, it will peel up. Just be gentle with it. Also, if you get a little bit of glue on it, just let it dry up a little bit. Use some tape to peel the glue off. It'll come right off. It's not the first time I've done it several times. So this is for a coupe. Hatchbacks are essentially the same. However, on a sunroof car, there's little round circles cut up in the front. When you trim your headliner, you do not want to cut that spot out because you'll have a big hole on both sides. I did that on one. I think it was my pace car. I actually did that on. I think I had to do that one twice. Live and learn. So that's how simple it is. After it's done, just get your old trusty razor blade. I'll cut the large excess off, and then I'll flip the board over. When you do one of these headliners, you're going to go through about probably 4 or 5 razor blades. So if if you don't have a box of bleeds, you can buy a good box of razor bleeds at your local auto paint supply store for like $10 a box or something. So that's your excess right there. When you go to trim the bottom side over here, I'm going to put a blanket down. I want a good clean surface. This table's kind of dirty. You can see I painted on it the other day. So if you want to stick with me, I'll flip it over, get it trimmed up, and show you what it looks like when it's done. Be right back. All right, guys, back. For those of you guys that are stuck around, thanks for sticking around. Got the headliner done, trimmed out. I want to give you guys that have subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, smash that subscribe button. Sorry this is a long video, probably one of my longer ones, but appreciate everybody that took the time to watch. I'll show you this, how it turned out. Looks pretty good. Let me know what you think. So I haven't trimmed out the hole for the dome light yet. I'll do that once it's in the car. So you want to trim around the edges. There's some notches where your trim pieces clip in. Clearance for those clips. So like I said, I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. I think I've got about $38 in the headliner, maybe 40. So for those of you that don't want to spend $300 on a new headliner board with material, this is an alternative. It's a budget way of fixing it. Looks 100 times better. I think it looks OEM. Again, thanks for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and you guys have a good day.